Welcome to Trends on Thursdays, where I tell you about the trends I discussed with my clients this week. This week I'll talk about vinyls, Facebook, effective ads, and LinkedIn events. First up, vinyls will soon be outselling CDs according to the Recording Industry Association. That's interesting for several reasons. While vinyls are making a comeback, CD sales are dropping like a rock, at 3 times the rate of vinyl sales picking up to be exact. Both, of course, are outdated technology, but vinyl has character and nostalgia going for it, or that's what people tell me anyways. CDs have none of that really. Digital downloads are cheaper, more convenient, and well, that's pretty much going to be it for the CDs. Kind of like movies on VHS, I'm sure there will always be enthusiasts, but not enough to actually keep the system around, even though I think I still have a VHS player somewhere. Anyways, it highlights that if you're a commodity without any distinguishing quality, like people being emotionally attached, the lowest common denominator is going to be price. And there's always someone willing to go a little cheaper. Digital being the cheapest usually, and we've seen that with music and books. Next up, Facebook is a social platform first and foremost. But as people spend a lot of time on Facebook, it doubles as a search engine for some purposes. Of course, you hopefully will not be searching for medical opinions and do deep background research on matters of national security because hashtag bad idea. But if you're looking for, let's say, a business, a restaurant, an attorney, a dentist, Facebook might be your go-to even before Google. Taking full advantage of that, Facebook has opened search ads to all advertisers. Now, we're not talking about the kind of sophisticated keyword-driven search results campaign that you might come to expect from Google. Matter of fact, Facebook will choose those keywords for you, and they're based on your newsfeed ad, which is a requirement for you to run search ads. In other words, right now, search ads are not a standalone product. But if you happen to be running a newsfeed ad for something that people might be searching for, this might actually be a great option. The other thing it does is add new inventory, since Facebook can get pretty crowded with ads as we head into the holiday season, which is good news for ad buyers. By the way, we're seeing more and more ads getting held up in the approval process. It's important to understand what Facebook is looking for in ads and what's a deal breaker. Sometimes a question mark at the end of a sentence can get an ad disapproved, and for the uninitiated, it's super frustrating to figure out what the problem is. Next up, the world is clearly full of ads, as we just talked about. The question is, how effective are they? According to a Cargo study, mobile ads in the middle of an article have the highest ad recall score at 29%, followed by Instagram ads with 20%. The lowest ad recall score was for desktop with only 3%. That's why I sometimes give my clients a hard time about banner ads, because they're so unlikely to be clicked on. The other part of making an ad effective is, of course, how it interrupts the normal flow of what you're doing. On desktop, unless it's a full screen ad, I can usually get past it without paying any attention whatsoever. The other ad type that's terribly ineffective are in-app ads, unless you're in a very specific niche. Which again makes sense. When you're playing Candy Crush and you get an ad, your focus is solely on the little X in the corner to close the ad and keep playing. Catching my attention is most important with any ad. Without that, the ad likely doesn't even register and it's totally useless. We've had some great results with Snapchat ads, for example, that are somehow unusual, whether it's sound, visuals, message. But remember that depending on the platform, you may only have a couple of seconds to slow my scroll and make me evaluate a little more consciously if I'm interested enough to stop and entertain what you're trying to sell me. One more, LinkedIn has been pretty aggressively introducing new features on a regular basis. I'm personally a big fan of sharing PDFs native in the platform. The engagement of video is off the charts, and live seems to be pretty promising. Now, LinkedIn Events is another one of those brand new features that could be totally awesome in the long run. Getting attention on your networking events can be pretty tough. Facebook events aren't really the greatest anyways, and trying to catch the right professionals on Facebook can be difficult. Even if you have the local Chamber of Commerce send out your event by email, it seems like somehow there should be so much more to engage your business community, even though we love our chamber. LinkedIn Events right now is basically an invite platform where you can invite your direct connections, but that will probably get a whole lot broader soon. I expect some before and after communication options, as well as the ability to promote. I'm actually contemplating putting on an event just to see how it all works out. And if I do, you'll certainly be the first ones to know. Anyways, that's it for this week's Trends on Thursdays. I'll be back Monday. Until then, I'm Tobias Wilhelm.